Lesson 1. The simple sentence. When we write, the basic unit of writing is always the sentence. Sentences in English are not the same. There are several types of sentences. The simple sentence is one of them. When you learn how to write a simple sentence, it will be easy for you to produce the other types of sentences. So, what is a simple sentence? Let's examine the following examples in order to understand what a simple sentence is. We read them first. He is a student. Speed kills. The old man bought a new car. The plane has landed. These trees should have been planted in January. Sandra gave us 3 magnolia trees. William usually drives his car to work. The first thing that we can say about these sentences is that they are a group of words, but not any group of words. They have a fixed structure. They follow certain rules of grammar to be put together in order to make meaning. The second thing to be said is that all of them express a complete idea, an idea which is independent. It doesn't need other ideas to complete it. For example, he is a student. This group of words, which has a fixed grammatical structure, expresses a complete idea. The same thing is found in the rest of examples. Speed kills. The old man bought a new car. The plane has landed. These trees should have been planted in January. Sandra gave us 3 magnolia trees. William usually drives his car to work. All of them express a complete idea, or we say a complete thought. Thirdly, we notice that at the end of each of these groups of words, there is a punctuation mark. Here, in these examples, we have a full stop. It is also called a period in American English. Some simple sentences end in a full stop. Others end in a question mark, and sometimes they end in an exclamation point. So the full stop, the question mark, and the exclamation point are called the end marks. They are found at the end of a sentence. We should say that a simple sentence or any sentence does not end in a comma. This is a mistake in writing. Now let's say something about the general structure of the simple sentence. We take the first example. He is a student. Here there are 2 main parts, he and is a student. Now the topic that we are speaking about, it can be a person or a thing. Here in that case it is he, is called the subject, what we are speaking about. Then, in the rest of the sentence, we say something about this topic or this theme. This part of the sentence, which says something about the subject, is called the predicate. So, a simple sentence consists of a subject and a predicate. In other words, a topic or a theme and something that is said about it. The same thing is found in all these examples. So, speed kills. Speed is the subject, what we are speaking about here, and we say that it kills. This is the predicate. The old man bought a new car. We are speaking about the old man. What did we say about the old man? We said, bought a new car. The plane has landed. These trees should have been planted in January. So these trees then should have been planted in January. Sandra gave us 3 magnolia trees. We are speaking about Sandra. Then we are saying, gave us 3 magnolia trees. William usually drives his car to work. William is the subject and usually drives his car to work. We notice that the subject can be a noun like speed, Sandra, William. It can be a pronoun like he, she, it, they. It can be singular. It can be plural. It can be a noun phrase like the old man. Even the noun phrase itself can consist of 2 parts. I say the old man and the little girl, and then we say something about them. So we have variety in the subject element. The predicate always starts with the verb. Notice in our examples, the first predicate starts with is, kills, then bought, has landed, should, gave. Usually here this is an adverb. Frequency adverbs come before the verb. So remember that a predicate starts with a verb. On the basis of our discussion, we can now define the simple sentence. A written English simple sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought or idea in a fixed structure of grammar and punctuation. It follows rules of grammar and punctuation. It consists of one and only one subject, which is the theme or the topic, with its predicate. In other words, everything in the sentence which is not the subject, or what is said about the subject or the theme. Secondly, a sentence starts with a capital letter, and this is what we notice in all the examples. All of them must start with a capital letter, not a small letter, and ends with a period, a full stop, or an exclamation point, or a question mark. This depends on the type of sentence, but not with a comma. Remark: the following are not sentences. They are fragments or pieces of sentences and may be used in speaking, but not in writing. Look at these examples of fragments. Maybe later. Out to dinner. The little boy without milk. When you are free. Went to school on foot. We notice that they start with a capital letter here and they end with a full stop. This is a mistake in writing. We cannot consider them as sentences because they do not consist of a subject and a predicate, and sometimes they do not express a complete thought. Maybe later doesn't contain a subject or a predicate. Out to dinner, the same thing. The little boy is a subject without a predicate, without milk. The same point here. When you are free, we notice you are subject and predicate, but the whole group of sentences, group of words does not express a complete thought. When we read it, when you are free, we understand that something is missing. The idea is not complete. So this is not a simple sentence. Went to school on foot. This is a predicate without a subject. It starts with the verb, but there is no subject. There is no theme in this group of words. So when writing in English, avoid writing examples like this in your text. They should not appear in your text. They are wrong. We have said that any simple sentence consists of a subject and a predicate. This is the general structure. But there are some special types of sentences, and you have to be careful. We take the first two sentences. They are imperative. Clean these dishes. Hurry or hurry up. These are commands and sometimes requests. When you ask someone to do something, we notice that they start with the verb. You may ask, what is the subject? They are complete simple sentences. Here, the speaker means you clean the dishes and you hurry. So in the imperative sentence, the subject is always you. It is understood. The second type of special simple sentences is the interrogative sentence, the question. Either WH questions or yes or no questions. Here again we have the position of the subject and the position of the verb is not like the ordinary simple sentences. We notice that the sentence like this one starts with do and it is followed by you. We say that there is inversion, changing the places of the subject and the verb. The subject comes after the verb. The third type of special simple sentences is the sentences which start with the word there. For example, there is a cat in my room, or there are several problems in this project. There is never the subject of the sentence. It is a word which is used to get the sentence started. The meaning of this word is exist. We indicate that something exists. So, there is a cat in my room. Here, what is the subject? The subject is a cat. It comes after the verb. The same thing in the second sentence. There are several problems in this project. The subject is not there. It is several problems. Here we mean several problems exist in this project. A cat exists in my room. These are the special sentences. Exercises. Exercise 1. Read each group of words and decide which ones are complete sentences and which ones are not. Of course, simple sentences. Then explain why the non-sentences are not sentences. You give the reason. When you do this exercise, you look at two things. The meaning of the sentence, whether it is complete or not, and secondly, the structure, whether the structure is complete or not. There is a subject and predicate, or this is not respected. 1. My new classmate from Brazil. Is the idea complete? It seems to be complete. Now, the structure. Do we have a subject and a predicate? Do we have a subject which is followed by a verb, then a group of words? Let's see. My new classmate from Brazil. There is no verb. It means that the predicate is incomplete. This is not a sentence. My new classmate is from Brazil. The second sentence. My new classmate is from Brazil. The meaning is complete. The verb is. My new classmate is the topic or the theme. Is from Brazil is what we say about the theme. So there is a subject and there is a predicate and the idea is complete. This is a complete sentence. The third one. He speaks 3 languages fluently. Where is the subject? He. Is there any predicate? Yes. Speaks 3 languages fluently. It starts with the verb speak. There is a subject and predicate. Now what about the meaning? The meaning is complete. So this is a sentence. When he arrived here. 4. There is a subject, he, arrived here, a predicate. When he arrived here. Is the meaning complete? No. We feel that there is something missing. So this is not a sentence. 5. Is very handsome. The meaning is incomplete. The structure, subject and predicates. There is a predicate, is very handsome, but there is no subject. This is not a sentence. You continue in the same way with the rest of sentences. Exercise 2. This is an exercise and the previous one that you will find in the series of lectures on page 13. Exercise 2. In each sentence below, find the subject and the predicate. You identify the subject and the predicate. How? You draw a vertical line between the subject and the predicate, between them. An example is given. The book fell off the pupil's desk. You are asked to find the subject and the predicate. The book fell off the pupil's desk. Always look for the verb in order to find the beginning of the predicate. Fell off the pupil's desk is the predicate. The book is the subject. 1. Ms. Phillips handed out the test booklets. What should I look for here? I look for the verb to find the beginning of the predicate. Handed out the test booklets, the predicate. What we are speaking about, Ms. Phillips. Ms. Phillips is the subject. 2. All of my friends came to my party. Where is my predicate? How do I find it or its beginning? I look for the verb. Came. Came to my party. This is the predicate. This is said about who? About all of my friends. All of my friends is the subject. 3. Gloria studies Spanish. The verb studies. Then the predicate studies Spanish. The subject is Gloria and the predicate is studies Spanish. You continue in the same way. Always try to find the verb. This is the key to answer this exercise.